So guys, I'm going to start off with a quick crafting update and just show you how you can create your own custom glasses out of jars, and you see how I did that with a lot of jars. I'm going to start uploading eBay things. So I'll start off by uploading these charms made out of cardboard. I won't put a bail on it so that you guys can do with it what you want. Check out some of my other videos. I did a video about how I made a mistake when I was like 7 or 8, and it sort of labeled me as someone who messes up. So how these people kind of create a situation where if you make a mistake, that means you are labeled a horrible bad person. Let me then go on to the next topic I wanted to discuss. So the next topic I want to discuss how they claim that I used to wear weave. I didn't wear weave. I used to wear braids. We call them extensions, not extensions as in like a weave, but like braids where you put in other hair, so that I used to put in other synthetic hair to make the braids. And then sometimes I made the braids without other hair. So that was back in maybe 1994, 1995. So we're talking about a long time ago. But I wanted to put that out there that I never wore a weave, but I did wear braids back in 1994, 1995. And I loved having it. But this is my hair without any sort of other hair. This is my hair, and so was this, so that you guys get an idea of how my hair was. They said that I tried to fill this in, but I did not fill this in. This is my hair, so you guys can kind of see how my hair looked. But they're very critical of me, so that gives you an idea of how they're critical. Let me then go to the next thing. To give you a tip about using these jars, if you rinse them out and then you put like pine sol on it, it kind of cleans it better. And then what I do is I use boiling water and soap to peel this off, but you can always use like Goo Gone or something that will help remove the labels. And so you can see how you can just take any jar and make it into something. This is a Kraft mayonnaise jar, and what I did was I put a knob from a drawer set that I got so that it can be easily screwed off and on. So that's just another little tip. Let me go to the next topic. So the next topic is I wanted to keep you guys posted about all the stories that they tell, so that you can kind of figure out the types of people they are. My mom said a really good story earlier, and I wanted to share it with you. And I'm wearing my Yankees hat to sort of support the Yankees also. I love the Bronx. She was telling me something, and then we got into more information about our correct memories, not the lies these people told. So she calls them the time wasters, and that they plot. And also, we got into more conversations about who these people are and the type of people they are. And I wanted to let you know, I'm going to, I don't want to make this an adult language video. So I'll upload another video that's an adult language video, because then I won't have crafting in the adult language video. But, one of the stories that they told was that they said that I called a luxury RV not an RV. So you know how like celebrities use those tour buses, and then they could be RVs. They're not considered a regular RV, because we would call like an RV like the kind of RVs that we would normally see. But celebrities don't usually say they're RVs. They usually say like a luxury tour bus RV or something. So it's a different type of RV. So they try to they said they pit me against people. So they try to pit me against someone who I adore. She was part of when I worked in, like, I think the last time I worked with her is 2006. So this incident could have happened maybe in 2004, 2005. So we're talking about at least 17 years ago. I adore this person. We always joke around, and we had such a great relationship. And it was so good that people wanted to always kind of be around us. Customers would come in and pass by and join our conversations. So one time we were talking about some story. And I was like, that's not an RV, it's something else. And so she's like, no, it's an RV. So an article said it was an RV, but it was like one of those luxury celebrity things. Like when you see those celebrity tour buses, or you know how it kind of has it looks like a bus, and it sort of pokes out and there's like another room or whatever. I don't call those an RV. I call them something else, like a celebrity type of tour bus luxury RV. When I think of RVs, I think of those old-fashioned ones, or the ones that even if they make it now, it doesn't look like a luxury bus. So we joked about it, and we were laughing our little heads off. We always had such a good time together. And it was so funny when I was talking to my mom. She was like, yeah, that's the lunch bunch. You guys were the lunch bunch. And I was like, yeah, Ma, I completely forgot that. So they wanted my memory. This will be the first time I'm sharing a memory with you folks. Usually I refute their stories, but I wanted to tell you guys that I used to eat lunch in maybe 2003 to 2006 in different times. I wouldn't always make the lunch bunch, but throughout those years, I would meet up with these fabulous women. We were all different. I'm obviously Black, of West Indian descent. My good friend is a Southern Black, who I adore her. Someone else was Italian. There was someone Filipino, someone Latina, someone who was American, or who I didn't really know what background. And we always had different people, Jewish people, all sorts of people would join us. They always wanted to join us because we would laugh and joke. It was like our interpretation of The View. So we always got into disagreements, but the disagreements were fun. And we were having such a good time that customers, we worked in a department store, a very high-end department store on Fifth Avenue, and customers would come by, hear us talking, and start talking to us, shopping. It was like what you would want for a retail experience, where customers wanted to be a part of it. And my mom really reminded me of that. So this is the first time I made a note of what my mom said. She said, I was young. At the time, I could have been in my 30s, and they could have been a little older than me. And she said the cool thing about it was that I was young and I wanted to learn from these women. And these women took me in. And I talked about this in a previous video that I created about how I had my first writing experience, and the editor was willing to sort of mentor me and help make my article better. And this is part of what I'm telling you folks, that the people who did this, my mom called them time wasters. Instead of making a positive experience out of this gang stalking, they deliberately made up lies and tried to twist experiences to make me seem like the bad guy. They said, I'm not someone who can get along with other people. If that's the case, so be it. I have a strong New York personality. I'm born and raised from the Bronx. I'm 48. Had these people been able to destroy me, I never would have accomplished anything. And that's part of what I'm telling you folks, that if I had fallen for their tricks when I was younger, they would have destroyed me. This system that they created is a system that they used on other people and destroyed them. Okay, I'm telling you guys that I know for a fact that at least one person involved had someone go to prison because that person, unfortunately, was sucked into that person. As bad as things are, I'm not going to prison. I'm not going to be sucked in, and I definitely won't drag anyone else down. The last thing I want to say is, I want to make this channel as truthful as possible. I did in a previous video, I talked about not showering or brushing my teeth every day because I've never had a cavity in my life. I'm 48, never had a cavity. They tried to say I had a cavity. Never. Any darkness you would see is a shadow. I've never had a cavity in my life. They said that the tools they're using, the technology they're using, is designed to wear down my enamel, cause cavities, and cause me to lose a tooth. So they said there are a lot of people that they've caused to lose their teeth, and that's how they mark us. So let me tell you this. What I have noticed is that by not brushing my teeth all the time and brushing it sometimes, I haven't lost the enamel. I haven't developed a cavity. What I will start doing is sort of creating videos every time I shower, every time I brush my teeth, so you can see the progress. I don't want to become someone who loses my teeth, But guess what? It's worth it in the fight against these people. I had other comments where people have lost their teeth, developed all sorts of skin problems, but I can't tell you why this system I created works for me, but I haven't developed the skin problems on my face that I've seen other people develop, because I think it is the water, that they use the water to create clogging our pores and to create swelling. But I will give you more information later. They're going to cut me off because they can't take the truth, folks. But the problems that I did experience by not